Hey everybody, I'm going to hang out with you guys for a few minutes this morning. I need to comb my hair and put some moisturizer on my face, and I thought that that would be a good time. Now would be a good time to talk to you while I do that. I'm having a really bad week so far. I haven't done as much vlogging as I've wanted to do, and essentially that's because things are reaching critical mass with my poor mother. She can't get any relief from her pain, and her dementia is such that she can't remember that she's taken pain pills and that sort of thing. So I've got to figure out how to manage this. Last night was pretty tough. I look exhausted because I am. She pretty much paced around and asked for pain pills all night long. It was really hard. But Grant was here last night. His mom passed away, like I don't know if I told you guys this, I think I did. She passed away like 4 days ago, and so he's been with his dad all this time, and so he was here. He came last night, so that's good. We need to go home today. We need to check on the cats and check the mail and all that sort of stuff. Our friend Mike kind of takes care of animals, but we like to at least see the cats once a week and spend a little time with them, see what sort of reptiles they have managed to kill in the house. 2 weeks ago, I guess it was, they had killed some kind of a snake. It wasn't a rattler, it was probably gopher snake, and ripped it to shreds. But they were so sweet because they left the tail on our bed. So they're great cats. They believe in sharing. So that's what happens, when you're not at your house for a while. It really does revert back to nature. It wants to turn into the trees want to grow in the windows, and the scorpions want to take up residence in your sock drawer, and the cats entice the snakes into play, and it just gets the soul leaves the house that is not occupied. That is so true. So anyway, we need to try to infuse a little bit of soul back into our house. Let's see. I don't really have much to say, really, except for that.
Cheryl?
Excuse me. Yes, Mom?
I'm in so much pain, I can't bear it.
I know, Mama. I've given you all the meds I can give you. I can't give you any more pain medication.
Can you take me to the hospital?
No, Mama, you're not going to go to the hospital. Did you drink all your water? Oh, she wandered away again. Yeah, this goes on. This is about every 3 to 5 minutes. I get the same thing. The funny thing is, I can't tell if this is leftover from when she was on morphine, when she was going through cancer treatments. She was taken off the morphine, and she was weaned off of it, but we were only weaning her for like maybe 3 weeks, so maybe she's remembering the morphine high and wanting to go back to that because that was so comforting. I don't really know. All I know is that nothing that I give her seems to touch her pain, and I just really hesitate to give her any morphine because they won't prescribe it for things like urinary tract pain, which is what she's having, bladder pain, that kind of thing, that she won't get anymore. So if I were to give her some now, I'd be doing her a huge disservice, because she'd be, boom, you know, like heroin. Well, basically it's heroin. You know, all it takes is once, and you're jonesing for it again for weeks, so I've been told. So anyhow, yeah, managing that's really been hard. I don't really know what to do. Poor thing, she paced the floor last night, pretty much keeping us all awake. Here we go. What was that? Less than 2 minutes. Mama, you had your bladder medicine for the day, and you had your pain pills.
I have to have another thing.
I can't give you more. You can only have 6 Tylenol a day. You can't exceed that, or else your kidneys are going to fail. So there you go. That's what that's looking like. But you know, this too shall pass. I mean, everything in life is transient, as we know. I'm just sitting here rambling, just kind of wanting to just hang out with you and just kind of talk. It feels comforting somehow to know you're out there on the other side, watching me, thinking, oh God, this woman's videos are really going to go downhill from here on out. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Oh, and yesterday, I had a pretty good day, food-wise. All y'all are doing so great. And, you know, with Ember leading the charge, and all of Gretchen's wonderful food videos that she's been doing, and you know, of course Brenda's doing great, and y'all are doing great. Anyway, I decided, well, I think I'm going to see if I can make some healthy food choices. So yesterday I had 2 hard-boiled eggs and a cup of coffee for breakfast. For lunch I had a cucumber and a tomato sliced up, a little bit of Swiss cheese, a little bit of ranch dressing, and rolled all that up in some of those real thin ham slices. And that was lunch. And then dinner was, my son made baked boneless, skinless chicken thighs, but he also made a chicken Alfredo. So I had a reasonable portion. I know I didn't pack a big bowl full of it. I had, you know, on a smallish plate I had a portion, and it was wonderful. And then I had one of the pieces of chicken between 2 pieces of bread with, you know, far too much mayonnaise. Did I have mayonnaise with that? I did. Probably should have left the mayonnaise off. And I think I put tomatoes on there too. So anyway, that was yesterday's food. And actually, outside of the noodles and bread carbs, which probably wasn't even that much, about the only thing I did yesterday that I could have backed off on was the mayonnaise. I need to remember to not use mayonnaise, and to use you know, Hidden Valley's reduced calorie dressing, or there's this other really wonderful, it's a Dijon mustard, but it's also got honey in it, but it doesn't have a lot of calories in it. And I like a little squeeze of that. I mean, that way I can really reduce the you know, at least the calorie intake. I mean, there's obviously sugar and carbohydrates in it, but you know, the way I feel about all that is I do best when I balance all that. I do better if I have a little bit of everything and not too much of anything, and really back off on the bad, not the bad, but the high calorie foods, like just, you know, shit can the mayonnaise for a while and leave the M&Ms alone, and just sort of pay attention to putting some fruits and vegetables in my gullet. So So that's what I did yesterday. I felt pretty good. I haven't eaten yet today. It's getting kind of late in the morning. And I do need to go in there. And I think this morning I think I'm going to start with the ham roll-up thing. I enjoyed that so much yesterday, and it was very filling. Gave me a lot of protein. And, you know, I'll probably I'm thinking on maybe like a tossed green salad with a lot of other vegetables in it. And maybe some hard-boiled egg or maybe some tuna for like mid-afternoon lunch. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll make I like to make meatloaf where there's so much vegetable in the meatloaf that it barely holds together. You know, it's at least 50% tomatoes and zucchini and all of that sort of stuff in it. And maybe make that with something like cauliflower or broccoli. I haven't had either one of those in a while. Oh, my hair's nice and combed out now. Oh, it does feel better. I lose a ton of hair. I mean, look at this. This is a lot of hair to lose, like daily. Of course, my hair's real long, so I don't know how many hairs that is. I read somewhere you're supposed to lose, or not supposed to, but generally people lose between 10 and 100 hairs a day. I think I lose a lot more than that. My hair's getting real thin on top, but that's okay. I still have enough to do something with, so I am not going to complain too hard. Let's see. I'm going to put my hair up. And the last thing I'm going to drag you through before I turn this off is, this is Cindy Crawford Meaningful Beauty Glowing Serum. It's like everything else. It's probably just got water, glycerin, some kind of an oil, and then a bunch of unpronounceable crap to give it some shelf life, which is pretty much all any of this shit has in it. I mean, honest to God, people, read the labels and you will discover that no matter what the packaging is, no matter what they call it, that's really all that these things are. Glycerin, water, oil, and preservatives. So, I'm such a cynic when it comes to beauty things. But it smells pretty and it feels so good on my face. So I don't, you know, whether it actually does anything or not, I don't know. I've been going through all of my mom's kind of high-end, as seen on TV, beauty things that she bought. Most of them were still within a good date range. I mean, they weren't rancid or anything. And so I've been getting a kick going through them, using them all up. Because what good is hope in a bottle if you don't use it, right? So there we go. Done. Done and done. Now I'm ready to go back out there, brave the reality of my life, get a little something to eat, maybe some coffee, and congratulate my son on getting a 100% on his trig test. It was they're midway through the semester, so he's, you know, if he was going to screw up, he'd be doing it by now. 100%. God bless him. All right. See you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.